This is the new TC Pride Podcast, Episode 41, Part 1 of on-location coverage of the 2017 Minnesota AIDS Walk. TC Pride Podcast, we are on location at Boom Island, Minneapolis for the Minnesota AIDS Walk. And I'm here with the Executive Director. Would you like to introduce yourself, please, and tell me how you got involved with the organization?
I'm Linda Ewing, and I've been with Minnesota AIDS Project for 2 years. And how I got involved, I was hired by the board 2 years ago to serve as interim Executive Director, so I filled in and helped them through leadership transition, and then I was offered the position of Executive Director a year and a few months ago and decided it was a place that I really fell in love with and the mission, and so here I am.
So for folks that aren't familiar, tell me a little about the mission of the Minnesota AIDS Project.
The mission of Minnesota AIDS Project is to eliminate HIV in Minnesota. And over the last, I suppose, 15 years or so, we've had just a little over 300 new HIV cases each year. And so our work isn't done. We have approximately 8,500 people living in Minnesota with HIV. So it is really imperative that we get the word out to get people tested and to understand what their risks are for contracting HIV. At MAP, we provide a lot of services for people living with HIV, from emergency funds for paying rent and utility bills and groceries to finding transitional housing for people. We also do medical case management because people who have HIV, we want it to make sure that it remains virally suppressed, because when it's virally suppressed, you can't spread it. So it's really critical that people who have HIV stay on their medication, and through our medical case management, we can help ensure that happens, so that in and of itself reduces the number of new cases each year. And we also do a lot of legal support work and help with benefits. With MNsure, we have a lot of navigators who help our clients find insurance and get the right kind of insurance. And so we have a lot of very social service-based help for our clients.
So one of the ways that you help create awareness and raise funding for the project is this walk today.
We took last year off and did not do the walk last year. We've been doing it for over 20 years. And the reason we took last year off is we moved our offices, and we decided to take a look at the walk that has usually been in May and think about the time of year. And we came up with the idea of let's do it in winter. So obviously there are fewer walks in the winter in Minnesota, and I think our building awareness in the community, not only our community but the broader community, has given us an opportunity to do that with the winter walk. And I think it's a fun opportunity for our stakeholders and the community to come out and celebrate winter in Minnesota and support a good cause.
So if people are trying to support the organization, looking for ways to get involved, where can they go?
Beyond our walk, we have opportunities for interns. We have opportunities for volunteering. So if there's an interest in getting connected with Minnesota AIDS Project, you can go to our website and check out our services and check out opportunities for engagement.
Thanks so much, Linda, for your time. Enjoy the rest of the day. TC Pride Podcast, we're on location at Boom Island for the Minnesota AIDS Walk. We're at the Puppet Show and Quilting House here, which is actually one of the warm areas. So it's a nice, kind of normal February day today. It's been really sort of unseasonably warm, but we got a normal February day today. And I'm here with a couple of the organizers, volunteers, coordinators of the event. And can you please introduce yourself and tell me how you got involved with the project today?
My name is Scotty Hall, and I am helping do the production end of the event. And I really have a lot of friends that have worked for MAP, and was really excited when I got asked to be a part of it.
My name is Nikki Robert. I am a seamstress, and I run a business called The Fashion Ration. We're a queer-friendly, body-positive sewing services. And Scotty asked me to come and help people make little small AIDS quilt squares. And so I was really excited to come and help. It's something I've cared about since I was a teenager.
So tell me about this area we're in a little bit. I walked in, there's like sewing machines and accordions and all kinds of fun projects and stuff going on. Can you tell me just a little bit about the area we're in right now?
Yeah, so we wanted to have a space that would work for kids. And so one of the things that we brought in was in the Heart of the Beast Puppet and Mask Theater, and they're going to be doing puppet shows and accordion playing and entertaining children and adults. And then the other side of this tent is the place where people can come and make memorial squares for the AIDS quilt, which Nikki will actually be sewing together into a quilt throughout the day. And so at the end, there will be this final product of what people have put together.
And you were actually sitting at the sewing machine when I walked in, so tell me a little bit more about that.
It's the beginning of the day, so we haven't had anybody in yet to make a quilt square. But I have lots of supplies for people to work with. We have over 300 12 by 12 squares for people to decorate as they like. I've got iron-on letters and paint pens and little templates for making appliques. So however people want to go about addressing the theme, Cool Hands, Warm Heart, is what I want to see them do.
My name is Darren Rolls. I'm the Director of Prevention and Coordinated Care with the Minnesota AIDS Project. I've been with the agency for about 14 years now. Started as a case manager and actually just kind of moved to some different positions. So I currently am in a role where I oversee a number of our direct service programs, services for people living with HIV, and then our prevention activities as well.
And so for people who might not be as familiar with the organization, what are some of these services that you provide to the community?
Sure. We do a whole slew of services. So for people living with HIV, we offer comprehensive medical case management, an information and referral service, a transitional housing program, emergency financial assistance, transportation, support groups, benefits and insurance counseling, legal assistance, I think I said emergency financial. Yeah, a whole bunch of things. And then on the prevention side of things, we do rapid HIV testing at our office and then out in the community. So we will go to locations where people are gathered, like bars or clubs, and do testing on site. And then we also offer a syringe exchange out of downtown Minneapolis.
So the walk is a little bit different this year, right? So maybe you can tell folks a little bit about how the walk is a little different this year.
Yeah, so after a year hiatus, we took a year off because our agency moved last year, and then we brought the walk back, and we've decided to try a winter walk. So one of the pieces of feedback we got from the community was that the timing of the walk had gotten kind of complicated because it was in May, it was a holiday weekend, there was a lot of stuff going on, so just people thought that maybe trying a different time of year would be good. And we thought that doing this kind of a smaller walk in the winter would allow us to bring the community together and have an experience that's a little more consolidated and a little more reflective than the larger walk had gotten to be.
My name is Jade Pelton, and I got involved with MAP many years ago doing their HIV STI prevention program, went through their training, and then went out to the community and, kind of did lecture type stuff. And I volunteered at Pride events with MAP, and I've also done lots of the Minnesota AIDS walks. Well, as always, MAP loves volunteers. They have, positions like at the front desk, like receptionist stuff or events. You can always donate, money, but time is kind of a good currency. But they do so much outreach and stuff that it's an amazing organization. Well, they can check out the website and see what kind of opportunities are open to them to help out.
My name is Chris. I work with Minnesota AIDS Project, and I am attending the fire, making sure that we have a nice warm place for people to get to know each other if they don't, to roast marshmallows, to share memories, to look at our beast over here, and just say hello and thank people for coming on out.
Yeah, you mentioned the beast. There's some artists here today doing some pretty cool stuff. What are these folks up to today? It looks like a big, some kind of like a wire mesh sort of puppet kind of bear thing.
Yeah, it's the Heart of the Beast Theater, so they do a lot of different events. I think he's hungry. He's eating out of the dumpster right now. But he's, about 12 feet long and about 6-7 feet tall. And there's 2 volunteers that are helping us, just create excitement and a good time for everyone.
So it looks like there's a lot of passion, a lot of commitment to helping this organization in all their efforts. Other than the AIDS Walk today, what are some other ways that people can get involved to help the organization?
So we do have volunteer positions at MAP. We do provide outreach. We do provide people with opportunity for case management. We run a syringe exchange program. Anybody who's actually using to provide clean syringe exchange equipment. And we also do education. So if you want to take some of our classes and go out in the community and educate people at community centers, high school, grade schools, treatment centers, senior citizen places, everybody is welcome to attend those, and we provide that type of education to raise awareness.
My name is Alyssa Huck. I am here today to support Minnesota AIDS Project and walk in remembrance of my uncle who passed away about 7 years ago.
Pam Huck. I also am here. A.J. Prescott was my brother, and I'm here to walk in honor of him today.
This event is just a really exciting collaboration between the communities. It's really fun to meet all the different people out here celebrating life and remembering people who have passed. And it's just a really fun get-together each year to be able to get out and walk, even in February. and so it's a really exciting time.
I believe we're here mostly to raise awareness, hopefully to raise money for the project, and hopefully in this battle for people so that they're not having to suffer with AIDS any longer.
Hi, my name is Doug Melro. The Minnesota AIDS Project is the largest AIDS service organization in the state of Minnesota, and we do service the entire state. And we have programs that deal in education, legal services, transportation, public policy, chemical dependency, just a little bit of everything.
So this walk, I understand this walk didn't take place last year, right? So this is like it's been on a little hiatus and it's back with some new activities. Can you maybe talk about some of the other activities sort of surrounding the walk today?
Yeah, the walk has taken place for the past 27 years at Minnehaha Park, and we took a break last year because we were moving to a new location and we were in between executive directors. So we just figured rather than do a not so good one, we would wait. And so this year we brought it back. And when we took the break, we found out that people really liked the event, and it was special, and it was an important day for them to remember their loved ones and people that we've lost. And so, but they also thought it was maybe a little too long. It used to be 6.5 miles. It was also a little bit hard for their schedules because in the spring people have graduation and Mother's Day and a lot of things happening. And we also wanted to kind of change things up and scale it back a little bit, reinvent it, bring it back. And so we thought, we're Minnesotans, why not have it in the winter? And so it's February 25th. We're going 1 mile around Boom Island. We're doing it at dusk. Each one of the walkers is going to get a candle, an LED candle. We're going to walk with red glowing candles to remember those that we've lost. We have got a kids castle. We've got a tree of remembrance. We have got roasting marshmallows and hot chocolate, and we're going to be sharing some memories. There's going to be a little performance, and then we're going to end with a candlelight vigil and around a big, huge bonfire. And then there's an after party at Lush.
Nice. I might stop by the roasted marshmallows and hot chocolate. It's a nice cool day in February. It's like a normal. It's been really warm. It's kind of a normal February day. Of course, this is one day a year that you do this, right? But the Minnesota AIDS Project, it's an organization that serves the community all year long. Besides the walk today, what are some other ways that people can get involved to help out the organization?
You can always volunteer. We also have HIV educator program, which is a fantastic way for people to get involved. You can take a 2-day seminar, learn how to teach other people about the statistics and facts about HIV and AIDS, how to stay safe, stay clean. That's a great way to get involved and volunteers, and also just come out and walk with us.
And where can people find you online?
Our main website is www.minnesotaaidsproject.org, and the walk website is www.mnaidswalk.org.
Doug, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
My name is Nick Denning. I actually work in the Positive Link program at the Minnesota AIDS Project. I'm walking today because I'm here to support the effort to bring awareness to HIV/AIDS and end the epidemic so we can deal with some problems and help some people. And that's what Minnesota AIDS Project is for. So.
And who's your furry little friend here today?
Yes, he has a shirt, The Snuggle is Real. He is an 11-month-old Cocker Spaniel named Obi.
Adorable.
I'm Mikey, and I actually work with Twin Cities Pride, and I'm here to support the AIDS Walk today to really bring awareness and support to all of those that are living with HIV and AIDS, and hopefully at some point in time end this huge pandemic that we have going on.
My name is Tamaya Smith, and I got involved through Doug Melrose, who I feel like pretty much all of the Twin Cities and half the universe knows who Doug Melrose is. He's absolutely amazing. Through him, I was able to meet Linda and get more involved within just public service and community involvement within the Twin Cities.
So for folks who maybe aren't familiar with the Minnesota AIDS Project, can you tell me a little bit more kind of about the services they provide to the community?
Oh my gosh, what's so fantastic about them is that it's everything. They assist with a little bit of, especially with coming in for testing, which is always anonymous. Come in and get tested. It is always anonymous, to handing out condoms and things of that nature, and also helping to get people connected with services around the Twin Cities, especially if you feel like that you do not have either the proper equipment, time, or even resources. Just come talk to us and we'll be able to get you helped out.
So one of the ways that you help build awareness in the community about the issue and raise funding is this walk today. Yes. Can you tell folks a little bit about the walk?
Oh my gosh, the walk is great. I participated in the walk in the past years when I was not a board member, again through the wonderful Doug Melrose, because I also go to the firm. And just being able to bring the Twin Cities together and just bring just parts of Minnesota together to support those that feel like that they do not have support. We see you, we hear you, we love you, and this is why this walk exists.
TC Pride Podcast. We're on location at Boom Island in Minneapolis on a beautiful February day. It's kind of a normal February day, actually. We got kind of spoiled there the last couple of weeks, but I'm here with a couple of organizers, a couple of board members here for Minnesota AIDS Project. Could you introduce yourself, please, and tell me how you got involved with Matt?
I'm Gretchen Wen, and I got involved when I was in law school. I interned in the legal department, and once you join MAP, you don't really look back. It's a fantastic organization, and I'm excited to be here raising money and awareness.
My name's Ashton Schatz, and I also started when I was in law school working for Minnesota AIDS Project. I was actually looking for a community when my father passed away from HIV about 10 years ago, and MAP was really that home where I could learn about HIV and what is the best way to prevent HIV from transferring to others, and I've just been hooked like Gretchen ever since, wanting to do my part to get back to this organization.
I know that we're always looking for volunteers from anything from sitting at the front desk during off hours to helping like we did in the legal department or for different parts of the program.
So we have different activities that we have at night where we pack up safe sex kits. There's volunteer coordinators that try to put together different educational events. So we have a teach program where we go out and teach professionals about HIV awareness, how to treat patients that are affected by HIV. We also have, in addition to educational programs, we have ways where we connect with individuals that are struggling with substance abuse. We also have grassroots side of the house where we're up at the legislature incorporating different policies at the House and Senate to make sure that individuals are aware of HIV. We're getting funding for our programs, and people are aware of safe sex as young as elementary school kiddos, just to make sure that individuals are protecting themselves and we're reducing the risk of transmission.
Well, thank you very much for your time, both of you, and stay warm, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The TC Pride Podcast has been a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes or Google Play and submit your first Pride story at myfirstpride.org.